folks, good morning and welcome to another episode of Kurt's Corner. Today is March 23rd and right now it's about 1:45 in the morning, and I couldn't help it. I had to get this out because today has been a day to beat all days in the Trump administration. Starting with they were supposed to vote on their Trump care today, and just like Boehner said, they can't pull their head out of their butts to get a vote together. So what happened is they went back to the table to try and get it put together, and now Donald Trump is upset. He said if they don't have a vote tomorrow, forget it. Just forget it. Stay with Obamacare. The problem is the CBO said this new bill they worked on today was way worse than the first one they came out with. The Republicans have no idea what they are doing. So let's back up. Let's go through today's deal. Nunes, who is a Republican head of this investigation committee, got some information, classified information, and they're investigating Trump and the Trump administration, the Trump transition team. And he got some information, and the very first thing that he did is he ran to Donald Trump to tell Donald Trump what information he had. Did he go to the committee members, the Republican or the Democratic committee members first? No. He went to the person that they're freaking investigating. What do you think would happen if you were a cop, a detective, and you were investigating a thief, a crook, a criminal, and you found out something about that criminal, and you went to that criminal and told him what you found out about him? What do you think would happen to you? Representative Ted Lieu from California called for a total and complete shutdown on legislation advancing Trump's agenda due to the possible collusion between Trump, his campaign, and Russia. So, in other words now, he's not just being investigated, he's being investigated for treason. Treason. I was reading a little deal today that Dan Rather wrote, and it starts out basically calling Trump a loser. And nothing upsets Trump more than losing. But if you look at his track record, he's done nothing but lose. There's a guy who's $300 million in debt to Douche Bank. And God knows who else he's in debt to, because he won't show his tax return. And the Republicans are backing him. What are these guys going to do when Donald Trump is found guilty, or his campaign is found guilty of colluding with the Russians during this election? And they're sticking by him tooth and nail. And I don't get that. I'll bet you right now Trump is trying to figure out who to blame if he doesn't get the votes he needs for Trump care tomorrow, or actually later today. But I forgot, he's a loser, he's probably used to it, and you can go back and see all the other failures he's had. Nobody to blame but himself, but we'll see who he blames for this. But in fairness to him, because he's clueless, most of this failed American Health Care Act is going to be on Ryan and McConnell and every Republican senator who's in on this scam, because that's all it is. It's a big scam. You know what? You screw over the American people, but you give these huge tax breaks to the people who donate money to the Republican Party. And then you think that a majority of the Americans are too stupid to know this. No, the stupid ones are the ones that are still backing Trump. That includes Ryan and McConnell. You're all going to get primaried. And I'm sure you know what that means. And for those that watch this show that don't know what primaried is, I suggest you get registered to vote and vote these suckers out in 18 months. So Trump's so lost, and I'm back on this American health care deal. He's so lost that he's actually threatened senators. Like, he can't fire them like it's his TV show. But he's telling them, either you vote for this or you won't have a job. If they vote for it, they won't have a job. The one thing American people do have are great memories when it comes to politicians. You can count on that. And there's not a Republican politician that'll tell you different because their phones are ringing off the hook. And I've made my share of phone calls. So what's next? Who knows? I do believe that Trump's book should be called The Art of the Spiel instead of The Art of the Deal. Because this guy, I'll tell you, he may have been a closer, but it's funny that he can only close with Russians. Those are the ones buying all of his properties. Speaking of Russians, does anybody else find it really, really weird that all the Russians associated with that dossier are dropping dead mysteriously? They're falling out of fourth-story apartments, or they're being shot in broad daylight. I guess that might be normal shit to some people. Last but not least, and this is where I think Trump is really clueless. Time magazine calls him up and says, hey, we'd like to do an interview with you. Basically, the interview was on telling the truth. During this interview, Donald Trump told 24 lies. I was listening on my way home from work on the radio. They're calling them untruths or embellishments, but they're lies. Trump is clueless. He's going to get us all killed, and that's really not good. So, hopefully, today, the American Health Care Act will get voted down, and then we can start working on impeaching. That's what we need to do. Everybody needs to get on the phone and call their representatives. That's it. We resist him. When he loses, he'll quit. They probably won't even have to impeach him. He's never been in a real fight before. All the money in the world, he cannot buy his way out of this impeachment. So that's it for today. I just had a lot to get off my chest. Oh, one more thing. I had a conversation with a friend because Donald put out a tweet back in November saying that he wasn't trying to get his daughter a top secret clearance, security clearance, because she wasn't going to be working. And it seems as though she now has an office in the West Wing. Now, She has no ties to government. I'm sorry, I can't even talk about that because it just baffles me. It absolutely baffles me. So I'm gonna leave Ivanka alone because she has no business in the frickin' White House. So I'm gonna continue to resist. I hope you continue to watch the videos. Please share them. You all have a great day, and we'll all have our fingers crossed that this Trump care gets voted down today. Have a great day.